Yeah. Look, I got to say, Sean, I want to play poker with Karine Jean-Pierre because she is a terrible, terrible liar. And she's got to tell, you know, sometimes at a poker table, someone will twist a ring or they'll pull their ear or they'll do something when they're bluffing. Karine Jean-Pierre, her tell is she'll tell you, I'm going to tell you the exact same thing I've told you 1,000 times before. You know the next words out of her mouth are going to be totally different from anything.
Asked about the president's previous remarks on his son's business dealings, but the language has in fact changed. So I just want to clear this up once and for all. The president has previously said that he has never discussed overseas business dealings with his son, but the White House now says that the president has never been in business with his son. So why the updated language? Which statement is true? Or is this semantics and they're both true?
Stated on Monday when I was asked this question multiple times, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed on this. Nothing has changed on this. And so could ask me a million different ways on this question. Nothing has changed. This with his son. I just don't have anything else to add.
Yes, welcome back. Recently, a question surfaced to Karine, like you've seen here, pertaining to Hunter Biden. We have seen this on different publications, videos concerning the business link they had. But Karine is here telling us that was not existing. When I went through the comment section, I realized a lot of people, were instead angry. When you see a lie, you actually just see it clearly. Now, Kevin McCarthy is coming up with article of impeachment after gathering enough evidence against Joe. Libras are melting down like never before. This issue clearly tells you something. Trump was impeached just because of a phone call. That was all, not like anything big. Then, when you look at what they have been investigating Joe, the things are just numerous. So, bringing up article of impeachment, I don't know why they kind of freak out. I'm saying some says there is no single evidence, that Republicans can present, to impeach Joe. It is actually concerning when it's them, you know, they stand at a ridiculous point, to defend. I don't know if you saw these clips. I'm going to put out some videos so you can see exactly what I'm talking about.
It seems that Commander Biden has a bit of a biting problem. Can you give us the latest and also any plans for him to perhaps make a move, go stay with some family and friends as Major Biden, the previous dog, did?
So as you all know, the White House complex can be unique and very stressful. And that is something I'm sure you all can understand. And it is, as I just said, it is unique and it is.
Did you see the president? She never responded. I don't know if you saw this. Now Hunter Biden is being forced to have a job. According to this article published by the Gateway Pundit, if Hunter does not comply with any part of the judge order, he can be arrested. Hunter is required to not possess a firearm, not use or possess any controlled substances, including, you can see it clearly here, unless prescribed, submit to full federal supervision, no use of alcohol at all, seek active employment, submit to testing for prohibited substances, participate in substance abuse therapy. Penalty for violating could include arresting. That is what we saw. But Karine cannot clearly tell you anything. What is happening? I thought she's a press secretary, but at the end of the day, she's not acting like one. You are there to answer questions, not there to always stand as a defense mechanism, when a question surfaces. People that are even willing to really ask important questions, they are not, because they know they will not get responses. You're telling me Hunter is a private citizen and a private citizen is moving with an entourage, using taxpayer money, to guide him. Then you tell me you cannot answer questions relating to him. That has been the talking point she has been using for some time, but it's crazy. Another question came up pertaining to Kevin McCarthy, moving forward to impeach Joe. According to this article, White House Press Secretary Karine went ballistic after several reporters asked her about House Speaker Kevin McCarthy suggesting inquiry into Joe. During the press briefing, Karine Jean-Pierre was asked about McCarthy making headlines earlier this week when he said House Republicans launching an investigation into the president and his family is rising to the level of an impeachment inquiry. The briefing heated up when CNN White House correspondent Kevin asked Jean-Pierre, the House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy is talking more about starting an impeachment investigation into the president. What's your response to that? And if he did that, would that make any kind of cooperation with the House impossible going forward? She could still not answer this question. What is happening here?
Finally, as far as the questions about the president's health, I think that would be all cleared up if, once again, if we could just ask him to step out of that door into this room for 45 minutes. And so I ask you again to pass that along to him, to ask him to come out and see us.
I appreciate the request. Thank you for the request. The president, as you know, again, I appreciate the question and I get it, and the president understands. You guys want to ask him questions and have the opportunity for him to answer your questions. I do want to say this is a president that has done more in the first 2.5 years when it comes to the economy, when it comes to really giving the American people a little bit of breathing room than any other president. All you got to do is look at the data. All you got to do is look at where we are in this country. There was a conversation for almost 2 years about a recession, and now you have economists saying that because of the work that this president has done these past 2 years, we're not headed in that way. And so, this is a president that wakes up every morning thinking about the American people and doing that job and doing the work, and you see that. You see that, again, in the historic pieces of legislation, whether it's the bipartisan infrastructure legislation. That was a joke. Infrastructure Week was a joke. And now we're talking about infrastructure decade. Chips and Science Act, we're able to do that in a bipartisan way. You're going to see the president in Maine tomorrow talking about how to bring jobs back to this country, how to bring manufacturing back to this country.